Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Let me tell y'all something, man. Overall, Regis Prograis, when it comes to boxing, this man won. Now, we know he lost to Catterall last night. I said he would lose to Catterall. I wanted him to win, but to me, the writing was on the wall. Devin Haney had nothing to do with the way Regis Prograis performed. The signs were there that Regis Prograis has slowed. The Zorilla fight is a fight where I said something's wrong with him. When he got hit in that first round against Zorilla, it's just the way he went down. He got hurt. And I said, that's not a good sign. And I had Regis as being the top guy in the 140-pound division until I saw him fight Zorilla. Anyway, after that, I said, damn, if he's going to fight Devin, he's going to lose. Because Devin had the reach, he could box, and Regis, his arms are just short. And he didn't want to try to go after Zorilla because he didn't want to get hit again. And I said, shit, if he fights Devin, I didn't think Devin would hurt him, but it's not Devin would outbox him. So he fights Devin, and he goes down. Then he gets hit again by Devin, and he wobbles a little bit. And I said, damn, that's not good when you got Devin Haney doing that to you. That tells me that Regis Prograis has just taken too many shots. Anyway, trying to get his career back on course, they line up the Catterall fight. And some people are pissed off about that fight. They feel that Eddie Hearn set Regis Prograis up to lose and to help build the career and keep the momentum flowing for Jack Catterall. Now, to that I say, hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. I don't think that's the case. What I think it is, Eddie Hearn and Regis Prograis, is just something that Prograis wanted, so Hearn wanted it. Catterall, although I think Hearn realized, hey, and even Regis realized, this is one of those risky fights. Catterall's, he kind of on the rise, coming off of a big win against Josh Taylor, a fight many people felt that shouldn't have happened because they felt he beat Joshua in the first fight. Anyway, Regis rolled the dice, and he fought hard. I don't see what the hell how those judges had the fight scored like that. But anyway, I was out with my sons yesterday, and when I came home last night, I watched the fight, and I had that fight a lot closer. Now, Catterall did pull away. And what that lets you know is just, I just think it's too much wear and tear on Regis, man. Because it's the way he's slow, but Catterall had a lot to do with it too. But it's like, it wasn't even a steady progression. He just crashed, like after the first half of the fight, you know what I'm saying? And then I can't understand this right hand down by his hip. Like, that was just, I don't even want to say anything too harsh because I'll just say that's boxing 101 stuff. He had his lead hand all the way down by his hip. And when I was watching that, I was saying, God damn, you're just inviting trouble. It's not like this man has Amir Khan hand speed and has the reach of a guy like Amir Khan or a guy like, I'd even say Devin Haney, where he can keep that hand down, but he's at a safe distance to where if you do try to attack him, he can take a little half step back and counter you because he has the length in his arms to get to you and he has the speed to get the punch there. Regis doesn't have that. So I'm surprised Catterall didn't start shooting that straight left earlier. I'm going to be honest with you. But you saw when Catterall started throwing it, bad things happen for Regis, good things happen for Catterall. But anyway, when it comes to Regis Prograis, it's my understanding he made a shitload of money when he fought Zorilla in New Orleans. He made a shitload of money when he fought Devin, and he made a shitload of money going to the UK and fighting Catterall. So Regis Prograis in his last 3 fights made more than enough money for that man to chill and for he and his family to go back and forth to wherever they want, particularly Brazil, because I know his wife is from there. So he don't have to work ever again. But he needs to be complimented and lauded for moving to Houston in 2005, where he started training alongside Evander Holyfield and kind of just familiarizing himself with the sport of boxing. He went on to have over 80 amateur fights, I think 7 losses. Then he ended up turning pro. And to see a guy who starts boxing 16 years old or whatever he was, 15 to 7, I think 16, 17, right? And to see him turn pro a few years later and to go on and do the things he did, that just tells you, man, you know what? It's like, what would have happened if a guy like Regis Prograis would have started boxing sooner? Because he made his debut in 2012. He started boxing in 2005. So he turned pro after 7 years, right? So if he does retire from the sport, he'll retire with 29 wins, 24 KOs, 3 losses, right? 5'8", 67-inch reach. This is ultimately what killed this man, is he has a 67-inch reach. Being on the outside with a 67-inch reach, that's not going to help you much. But when you take a look at, and he may be able to continue fighting, but when you come and look at some of the names he fought, you know, he fought some good guys, man. Let's just start. We can go back even further. You know, Ramos, Herrera, Flores, Buelvas, Joel Diaz Jr., Ndongo, Velasco, Flanagan, Relic, Taylor, Heraldez, Red Catch, which that was a joke of a fight. McKenna, Zapata, Zoria, Haney, and then Catterall. This man has nothing to be ashamed of, because you know how uncomfortable it is to just go and spar. You know, some people. I'll give you a true story. Now, I used to work with these guys. They were subordinates of mine. They all thought they were tough. One was from Chicago. 2 were from New Jersey. The one from Chicago had a big ass mouth. Big fucking mouth. And I used to tell him, and the guy from New Jersey, right? I used to tell him, because I felt like they used to try to test me to see, like maybe they thought I was soft and shit. Maybe it was the hair, you know? So there was another guy in there from New Jersey. He actually used to come down to the boxing gym. He used to box, and we used to spar. You know, he was my subordinate, but we used to spar. So me and him were real cool. And all he would tell those guys is, yo, man, chill. Sergeant Hood Champion he got some fast ass hands. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. You better chill out. So I used to try to get them to come down. They would never come down. You know why they didn't come down? Because they were afraid to spar and afraid to get hit and embarrassed and look stupid. And it wasn't only those 2 fucking idiots. There were a lot of guys be in the gym playing basketball. They be talking all kind of shit. MF, N-word. Man, I'll break your effing jaw. And I'll be watching them. I had one guy, we were playing back. He was mad because I was killing his ass and shit. And he started talking crazy. And I just looked at him. And I said, I tell you what, you know, Al Capone. And they started laughing at him. I said, oh, this ain't necessary. I said, but you come on down to the boxing gym. I said, with gloves, without gloves. Whatever you want to do. You beat me, cool. But if I beat you, you shut the fuck up and don't come back and say nothing to nobody and try to get me in trouble, because I outranked him. And his eyes got big. And, you know, they were like, they started clowning him and shit because he didn't want to do it. He was like, we can fight right here. We can fight right here. Like, nah. I ain't doing that here on no base. I ain't dumb. I said, but we can go right here to the boxing gym and we can get busy. He wouldn't do it. And I ain't had no problems with that dude no more, because he always wondered, what's up with that guy? And people just tell him, leave him alone. And it's not that I walked around like a tough guy. It's just, if people hear that you're boxing, sometimes the pussies, they get uncomfortable immediately because they don't know. But, you know, if you're a tough guy, you're a tough guy. You don't care what somebody trains or what they do. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I say that to say this, to see that Regis Prograis, at late in his teens, decided he was going to take up the sport of boxing and got in there to spar so late. I'm sure he got his ass beat. And to stick with it and to go on and become champion, I think two-time champion, and make millions of dollars, man. It's I just appreciate that guy, man, because his story is interesting. There's a lot of these fighters, when they talk, you start to find out interesting things about them. And for me, man, I guess maybe because I'm 49, I like to hear their stories. I like jokes, don't get me wrong. People making fun of Devin Haney, making fun of Ryan, making fun of Tyson Fury and all that, and the jokes. Hey, look, I got a great sense of humor. But what resonates with me is when I can identify with someone. And when I listen to Regis Prograis, I know what it is, man, to want to find a way to win and to increase your commitment level, because it's just something that you want to do. And it's like me, I always wanted to be a great public speaker. And I was like, man, but to get up in front of a crowd, man, when I first started off in my career, man, that shit was uncomfortable. Now, I could come and brief in a meeting, because I had to, as soon as I joined the military, I had to always get up and read and brief. So that was normal. But to get up and deliver a speech, man, I used to be scared of that shit. But I challenged myself. I said, fuck it. Scared man can't win. And I did it. And I did it again. And then by the third time, I was real comfortable. After that, to this day, I don't give a shit. I get up in front of any crowd and speak. It's mental. And I think with boxing is a lot mental, and it shows you that Regis Prograis is mentally strong. Anyway, good job to Regis. Overall, this man won. Multiples of millions of dollars. Beautiful wife. Nice looking children. Take care of everyone in his family. Never has to work again. His children don't have to work again. And you know what the thing about it is, when you stop and you take a look at where we are now in the 140-pound division, right? Regis Prograis' career isn't necessarily over. You know what I'm saying? You look at these guys out here. I see this guy just bubbled up in there. Hiroka, you got Hitchens, Taylor's out of there, Matias, Puello, here Cattarau's giving the business, Paro, Lopez. I think Regis Prograis, man, if he wanted to, I think he could pull off another big win. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I think he could. But the problem is, mentally, it sounds like he's not there anymore. He talking about bare knuckle and shit. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do with a bare knuckle, but I would hope he doesn't go that route, because I'm not saying he's Paulie Malignaggi, but I think he can come and get a big win against some of these names at 140. But don't go do that bare knuckle shit. Maybe he fights Michelle Rivera. Go fight him. Go fight somebody else. But I don't know. We'll see what he does. But people who are laughing at Regis, stop. That shit is why. You know what I'm saying? He didn't embarrass himself last night. The only thing that to this day, right? Even though it just happened yesterday, but till this morning, I don't know why he fought with his right hand down by his hip. I just don't get it. Why'd you fight with your right hand down by your hip? Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Regis Prograis, man, he came into boxing and did more than I think what he may have expected for a guy who started so late in the sport. And I think he deserves to be commended for that. Anyway, keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I'm about to go jogging in the breeze.